In the whirlwind of modern life, we all face moments where everything seems to unravel. When the pressures of work, strain of relationships, or the relentless pace of our routines leave us feeling powerless and adrift. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to let anxiety take the wheel. But what if there was a way not just to withstand these storms, but to emerge from them stronger and more resilient? Today, we delve into the timeless wisdom of Seneca, one of the greatest minds of Stoic philosophy, who offers us more than just abstract theories. His lessons are practical, time-tested strategies that have guided leaders, thinkers, and everyday people through the most challenging of times. Seneca's teachings on mental toughness are a beacon of clarity in a chaotic world, showing us how to reclaim our inner strength, maintain our composure, navigate life's ups and downs with grace and fortitude. By the end of this video, you will be equipped with powerful Stoic principles to help you master your emotions and reactions, no matter what challenges life throws your way. These are not just philosophical ideals. They are actionable tools you can start using today to build a calmer, more centered existence. You're someone who values depth over superficiality. You're here to truly transform your life. And stay with me until the end. Every insight we uncover today could be the key to unlocking your mental resilience. And if you find this journey as valuable as I do, please take a moment to support our channel by hitting the subscribe button. Your engagement not only helps us grow, but also allows us to continue bringing you content that can genuinely make a difference. Let's dive into the ancient wisdom of Seneca and discover how it can empower us in today's world. Number 1. Focus on one activity at a time. Seneca's timeless wisdom, to be everywhere is to be nowhere, serves as a profound reminder in today's hyper-connected world. This Stoic principle is not just an abstract idea, but a practical guide to living a life of purpose and clarity. In a society that often glorifies the art of multitasking, Seneca's advice encourages us to pause and reconsider the true value of our scattered attention. The allure of multitasking is powerful, promising us the illusion of efficiency and productivity. We're told that juggling multiple tasks simultaneously is the hallmark of a modern, successful individual. Yet this notion is fundamentally flawed. When we divide our attention across various activities, we dilute our focus, which inevitably leads to superficial engagement and diminished quality in all that we do. The Stoics, who value depth and integrity, would argue that this is not the path to true excellence. Marcus Aurelius, another venerable Stoic, articulated a similar sentiment when he advised, "Concentrate every minute like a Roman on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all other distractions." This advice is more relevant now than ever, as it speaks to the need for a disciplined approach to our daily tasks. Focusing on one activity at a time allows us to immerse ourselves fully in the present moment, thereby fostering a deeper connection with our work and our lives. Consider the act of writing. When a writer focuses solely on their craft, without the distractions of emails, social media, or the constant ping of notifications, the quality of their work improves significantly. They enter a state of flow where creativity thrives, and the words they craft resonate with clarity and purpose. This is not just about productivity, it's about creating something meaningful that reflects the best of what we have to offer. The idea of focusing on a single task also extends to our personal lives. Think about the last time you had a meaningful conversation with someone. Were you fully present, or were you mentally juggling a to-do list, glancing at your phone, or thinking about what to say next? True connection arises when we give our undivided attention to the person in front of us, listening not just to respond, but to understand. This kind of presence is a gift, both to ourselves and to those we interact with. Aristotle, the philosopher who championed the development of virtues through habitual right action, would likely see this practice as a way to cultivate the virtue of temperance, exercising self-control over our desires for constant stimulation and distraction. In focusing on one activity at a time, we are not just honing a skill, but also nurturing our character. We develop patience, resilience, and a deeper appreciation for the tasks at hand, whether they are mundane or monumental. Moreover, the psychological benefits of this focused approach cannot be overstated. Multitasking is often associated with increased stress, cognitive overload, and burnout. When we spread our mental resources thin, we impair our ability to make sound decisions, respond thoughtfully, and maintain emotional balance. By contrast, focusing on one task reduces cognitive strain, allowing us to approach our work with a clear mind and a calm demeanor. It's not just about getting things done, it's about doing them well and with intention. In practicing this principle, we align ourselves not only with Stoic wisdom, but also with modern neuroscience. It shows that our brains are designed to focus deeply on one complex task at a time. The myth of multitasking has been debunked repeatedly in scientific studies, revealing that switching between tasks actually hampers productivity and creativity. Instead, when we dedicate ourselves to one task, we enter a state of deep work, where our best ideas and most thoughtful insights emerge. Take the example of a craftsman, whether a carpenter, painter, or musician, who dedicates themselves to their art with single-minded focus. Their work is not rushed. It's deliberate and thoughtful, infused with care and precision. This dedication to one activity at a time not only produces a higher quality result, but also instills a profound sense of fulfillment in the creator. It's a reminder that excellence is achieved not through haste, but through careful, focused effort. Focusing on one activity at a time is also a way to reclaim our lives from the tyranny of busyness. In a world that equates being busy with being important, choosing to focus on one task is a radical act of self-respect. It's a way of saying that our time, attention, and energy are valuable, and that we will not squander them on the trivial or the transient. This focus is not about doing less. It's about doing what matters most, with all the care and attention it deserves. Ultimately, embracing the Stoic principle transforms us into more thoughtful, peaceful, and balanced individuals. It helps us resist the chaotic pull of modern multitasking and instead embrace a more deliberate, purposeful mode of being. As we cultivate the habit of focusing on one activity at a time, we may find that not only do our results improve, but so does our overall sense of well-being. We become more present, more connected, and more in tune with the rhythms of our own lives. Number 2. Cultivate philosophy to control your impulses. Seneca's profound insight, "All the greatest torments arise from an undisciplined mind," speaks volumes about the inner battles we face. Our unchecked impulses, often fueled by fleeting desires, can lead us into emotional turmoil, leaving us grappling with regret and frustration. Stoicism offers a pathway through these challenges, not by suppressing our emotions, but by teaching us how to manage them with reason and self-control. The first step in mastering our impulses is cultivating self-awareness. As Epictetus, a revered Stoic philosopher, wisely pointed out, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This statement underscores the importance of self-mastery as the cornerstone, true freedom and happiness. By becoming more conscious of our impulses and the triggers that provoke them, we equip ourselves to respond with clarity and purpose rather than falling into automatic reactions. Aristotle's idea of the golden mean also plays a vital role in this practice. He believed that virtue lies in moderation, finding a balance between excess and deficiency. For example, courage is the mean between recklessness and cowardice. Similarly, when it comes to controlling impulses, we must find a balance between acting impulsively and stifling our emotions. The goal is to cultivate thoughtful, deliberate responses that reflect our best selves. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often emphasized the importance of aligning our actions with rational and virtuous principles. He famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This wisdom directs us to focus on what we can control, our internal responses, rather than being consumed by external provocations. By doing so, we gain greater control over our impulses and move closer to a life guided by reason and virtue. Imagine encountering a situation where frustration begins to boil over. Perhaps a colleague's criticism stings more than it should, or an unexpected setback throws off your plans. Instead of reacting on impulse, the Stoic approach encourages you to pause, reflect, and then respond in a manner that aligns with your deeper values, such as patience, wisdom, and empathy. Incorporating philosophy into our daily routine helps us build this habit of thoughtful response. It becomes a way of life, a means of continuously refining our character and aligning our actions with our long-term goals. This disciplined approach not only strengthens our mental resilience, but also enables us to live more harmoniously with our values. By making philosophy an active practice, we transform how we deal with impulses, leading to a life that's not just reactive, but deeply intentional. It's about making choices that are not dictated by immediate desires, but guided by a clear, composed mind. Over time, this practice of self-mastery leads to greater emotional stability, deeper satisfaction, and a life of purpose and fulfillment. In a world that often glorifies instant gratification and quick fixes, adopting the Stoic method of impulse control sets us on a different path, one of wisdom, balance, and inner peace. As we integrate these teachings into our lives, we find that we not only handle challenges more effectively, but also build a life that resonates with our highest ideals. This journey towards mastering our impulses is not just about avoiding pain. It's about crafting a life of thoughtful action, grounded in the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Number 3. Cultivate readiness. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, imparts wisdom that is as relevant today as it was in ancient times. He famously advised, "Rehearse them in your mind. Exile, torture, war, shipwreck. All the terms of our human lot should be before our eyes." On the surface, this might seem overly dramatic. After all, not many of us are facing such extreme challenges in our daily lives. However, the core of Seneca's message is about mental preparedness for life's inevitable hardships, a fundamental aspect of Stoic resilience. Stoicism teaches us that by anticipating and mentally rehearsing for potential difficulties, we can mitigate the emotional shock when these challenges actually arise. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, involves visualizing worst-case scenarios. But this isn't about obsessing over what might go wrong. It's about fortifying ourselves so that we can face adversity with composure and strength. Consider the way athletes train under intense conditions, prepare for the demands of competition. They push themselves to the limit in practice, so that when the real test comes, they are ready, both physically and mentally. Similarly, by mentally rehearsing difficult situations, we train our minds to manage stress and hardship with less fear and more resolve. This Stoic practice also serves another purpose. It helps us to better appreciate our present circumstances. When we recognize how much worse things could potentially be, our current problems often appear less daunting. This perspective shift allows us to navigate life's everyday challenges with a greater sense of calm and gratitude. However, applying this Stoic principle doesn't mean living in constant fear of what could go wrong. Rather, it's about acknowledging the possibility of setback and preparing for them in a practical way. For instance, if you're concerned about the stability of your job, instead of succumbing to anxiety, you could proactively update your resume, expand your skill set, or explore new career opportunities. By doing so, if an unexpected job loss were to occur, you would be better equipped to handle the transition without being caught off guard. This readiness extends beyond personal difficulties to encompass all significant changes in life, from financial instability to personal loss. By staying prepared, we not only cushion ourselves from the initial impact of adversity, but we also enhance our ability to recover and adapt more quickly. This Stoic approach transforms us from being merely reactive, waiting for life to happen to us, into being responsive, ready to meet challenges with a measured and composed mindset. Seneca's advice helps us build a mental framework that doesn't crumble in the face of adversity, stands firm. This kind of mental preparedness is not about being pessimistic or expecting the worst. It's about being equipped to deal with whatever comes our way. By cultivating this readiness, we strengthen our resilience and deepen our mental toughness, allowing us to see challenges not just as threats, but as opportunities, growth, and transformation. Through the Stoic lens, we understand that life's difficulties are not just obstacles to be feared, but are also catalysts for personal development. Each potential setback carries within it the seeds of renewal, waiting for us to nurture them with a mindset of preparedness and resilience. In embracing this Stoic practice, we don't just shield ourselves from life's inevitable storms. we also position ourselves to emerge stronger and more capable on the other side. Number 4. Voluntarily embrace hardships. Seneca, the wise Stoic philosopher, offered us a timeless lesson. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. This insight is central to Stoic philosophy, encouraging us to actively embrace challenges as a means to fortify our mental resilience. It may seem counterintuitive at first. Why would we willingly choose discomfort? Yet this practice is not about self-punishment, but about deliberate growth, expanding our capacity to handle life's inevitable trials with grace and strength. Consider what it means to voluntarily embrace hardships. Imagine an athlete who trains in the harshest conditions, pushing their limits, not just to survive, to thrive in the face of adversity. They understand that by enduring these controlled challenges, they are better prepared for the pressures of real competition. Similarly, when we choose to face difficulties head-on, whether it's tackling a complex project at work, confronting personal fears, or simplifying our lifestyle, we are not just testing our limits, we are expanding them. Seneca's approach teaches us that by stepping out of our comfort zones intentionally, we transform these challenges from daunting obstacles into opportunities for growth. Take, for instance, the fear of public speaking. For many, the thought of addressing an audience is terrifying. But by regularly placing ourselves in situations where we must speak in front of others, we gradually shift our perspective. What once seemed insurmountable becomes manageable, and over time, even comfortable. This isn't about seeking suffering, but rather about recognizing that true growth often lies just beyond the edges of our comfort. Voluntarily embracing hardships also invites us to reevaluate our concept of comfort. In a world where ease and convenience are often prioritized, choosing the more difficult path can appear radical. However, Stoicism challenges us to ask, is comfort merely the absence of struggle, or is it the presence of an inner strength that assures us we can face whatever life throws our way? True comfort, as the Stoics would argue, is found not in avoiding challenges, but in cultivating the resilience to confront them. By integrating this principle into our lives, we begin to appreciate our current circumstances, renewed gratitude. When we willingly endure less, we discover that we can enjoy life's simple pleasures with deeper contentment. It's about building a life rooted in resilience, rather than avoidance of hardship. This doesn't mean we should seek out suffering, but when adversity does arise, we can see it as an opportunity to practice and refine our Stoic virtues. Moreover, embracing voluntary hardships fosters a profound sense of self-efficacy. Each time we confront and overcome a challenge, we reinforce our belief in our own capabilities. This builds self-confidence, reminding us that we are stronger and more resilient than we might have previously believed. Consider the story of a young professional who, despite a deep-seated fear of failure, decided to take on a leadership role in a high-stakes project. The project was demanding, filled with unforeseen obstacles and intense pressure. Yet, by choosing to face these challenges voluntarily, the individual not only completed the project successfully, but also emerged with a newfound confidence in their leadership abilities. This experience of embracing hardship not only advanced their career, but also transformed their personal sense of what they were capable of achieving. So, let's take inspiration from Seneca and willingly step into the arena of voluntary hardship. It is in these moments of chosen difficulty that we discover the keys to a more resilient and fulfilling life. By facing discomfort with intention, we don't just survive life's challenges, we thrive amidst them, emerging stronger, wiser, and more at peace with whatever comes our way. Number 5. Transcend self-victimization. Seneca wisely remarked, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." This profound insight serves as a powerful reminder that our greatest struggles often arise not from external events themselves, but from our internal interpretations of those events. It's all too easy to slip into the mindset of self-victimization, where we perceive ourselves as powerless victims of our circumstance. This perspective can trap us in a narrative where everything seems to happen to us, leaving us feeling helpless and devoid of control. However, Stoicism offers us a different path, one that emphasizes the importance of perception and the power we have over our own mind. Stoic philosophy teaches us that our experience of life is largely shaped by how we choose to interpret the challenges we face. If we adopt the mindset of a victim, we effectively surrender our agency and relinquish our power to external forces. Conversely, by viewing difficulties as opportunities for growth, we retain control over our responses and are more likely to approach life with a proactive and empowered mindset. Consider a situation many of us might encounter: not receiving a promotion at work. The initial reaction might be one of disappointment, frustration, or even a sense of injustice. These feelings are entirely natural, but Stoicism encourages us to look deeper and ask ourselves if we might be interpreting the situation through a narrow lens of loss. What if, instead of seeing this as a setback, we viewed it as a chance to seek constructive feedback, enhance our skills, or reevaluate whether this particular career path aligns with our long-term aspiration? Avoiding self-victimization doesn't mean turning a blind eye to the genuine hardships or injustices we face. Rather, it involves shifting our focus from what happens to us to how we respond to what happens. This shift in perspective is immensely powerful. It moves us from a state of passive reaction, where we feel like life's circumstances are out of our control, to a state of active engagement, where we recognize our ability to shape our own narrative. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" Stoicism encourages us to ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow?" This approach transforms adversity into a stepping stone for personal development. It empowers us to detach from our initial emotional reactions and view the broader context of our lives, understanding that while we cannot control all external events, we have complete authority over our perceptions and responses. This mental shift is not only liberating, but also deeply empowering. It enables us to live with a sense of purpose and resilience, equipping us with the inner strength needed to face future challenges with confidence and composure. Furthermore, embracing the Stoic principle of transcending self-victimization enhances our relationships with others. By refusing to see ourselves as perpetual victims, we create healthier, more respectful interactions, free from the blame and resentment that often accompany a victim mentality. We develop greater compassion, recognizing that just as we are responsible for our own happiness, so too are others for theirs. In embodying the Stoic way, we free ourselves from the confines of self-victimization. We take ownership of our own stories, acknowledging that we are the architects of our reality. This sense of empowerment is at the very heart of Stoicism and is key to living a fulfilling, proactive life. Let us choose to rise above victimhood, not by denying the pain we may feel, but by reframing our experiences with strength, wisdom, and resilience. As we wrap up this journey through the 5 transformative Stoic principles, it's clear that these ancient teachings offer timeless wisdom for mastering our minds and strengthening our resolve. By focusing on one task at a time, practicing philosophy to control our impulses, staying prepared for life's challenges, voluntarily embracing hardships, and avoiding the trap of self-victimization, we cultivate not just mental toughness, but a life rooted in purpose and resilience. These lessons aren't just philosophical musings, they're practical tools for navigating the complexities of modern life, grace, and strength. If you found value in these insights, I encourage you to take them to heart and start applying them in your daily life. And remember, Stoicism is a journey, not a destination. Each day presents a new opportunity to grow, learn, and become the best version of yourself. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoic wisdom here at Stoic Quotes 365. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us continue to bring you powerful content to inspire and guide your personal development. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you plan to incorporate these Stoic principles into your life? We look forward to hearing your stories and continuing this journey together. Stay strong, stay resilient, and until next time, keep walking the path of wisdom with Stoic Quotes 365.